Hello guys and welcome back to a new episode of Billionaire Takeover. And if you've liked this video, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. We're on 50 subs, so let's go for the 100 and let's get into the video. Alright, and here we are. Red Star, currently 4th in Ligue 1. Still rich, still national reputation. Training facilities and youth facilities, they didn't change anything, which is a shame. The captain is Maxence Prévost. Key player is Alberto De Angelis, and their hottest prospect is Mehdi Bondel, a young right back. Let's have a quick look at the transfer history so far. They've brought in 47.5 million worth of players and they sold for 110, and that is correct, and most of that money came from selling Pierre Wachter to Olympique Lyon. They sold him for 83 million, which meant they made a sweet 56 million on him. They also sold Saka for, let's have a look, 19 million, so that's a 90 million profit right there. Youssef Fofana went to Udinese for 7.25. They bought him for 8, so they made a small loss on that, but overall still good. They also sold Robin Yosin for 425 grand in exchange for another player, and that player was Aitor Mina, a young striker. They also sold Said Arab, the captain, for the longest time. He was here we started in 2019-20, so he was here for 5-6 years. Pretty good, and they sold him for a small profit of 180 grand. They also let Olivier Kishia go on a free to Rougin. Probably wasn't that good, so that's why. And then they brought in first Rondel on a free from Nancy. Alberto De Angelis came in from Roma for 6.5 million. Then Arnaud Lemari from Bordeaux for 6.25. They loaned Philippe Rojas, I don't know, for a loan fee of 165 grand per month. They brought in Boris Todorov for 700 grand from Ludo Gretz, a young attacking midfielder. Aitor Mena came in as well. Then we've got Jean Laporte from Guingamp for a little over 400 grand, 18-year-old right midfielder. And then we've got Yosin Casimir from Saint-Etienne for 11 million, 23-year-old striker. Then we've got Andreas Ontundu from FC Lorient for 7.5 million, a attacking left midfielder. Can also play on the right and can play as a striker. Then we got Jan Royer from Metz for 13 million, a right midfielder. Can also play in the attacking midfield role. And last but not least, Jan Chesnel from Havre for just a little over 400 grand, a defensive / midfielder, central midfielder. And that leaves us with this. They're having Prévost in the goal, Pozo as a right back, I think. Then we've got Soppy and Wesley Hood as the central defenders, and Georgios as the left back. Moving on to the midfield, we've got De Angelis, Collado, Massengo and Casimir, and up front we've got Pelissard and Vincent Janssen. If we have a quick look at Ligue 1 season preview, they are predicted to finish 12th, so let's have a look and see if they can make that through. Alright, we are now at the end of the season, and Red Star finished 7th, 5 places above what they predicted. Pretty good, I like that. Their reputation increased, is now impressive. They've got a national impressive reputation. Their training facilities are average, and they've got adequate youth facilities, so they at least did something about that. Pretty good. Their stadium is now at a capacity of 20,000. Very good conditions. Keep on going with that. They got a new hot prospect. It's Jean-Pierre Miniconi, a attacking midfielder on the left. And Casimir is now in the attack in the starting 11, and Roas is on the left. Let's have a look first at the transfers. They've made another few transfers. They've brought in Ryan Johnson from Mallorca for 7.5 million. A 25-year-old central midfielder, can also play as a right back apparently. Then let me see here. Jean-Marie Danqueto came in from Paris Saint Germain for 16.25 million. A central defender, 21 years old he is. Then we've got Hobolang Mendes from Brentford, 14 million he came in. 28-year-old right back. Then we've got, of course, the Jean-Perry guy. Yao Mario came in from Chongqing, I think. 23-year-old striker, originally from Brazil, came in for 19.5 million. And last but not least, Jorge Sainz, I don't know, another central defender. And they've sold another few players. So Ryan Thomas was sold as well for 5 million to America. So they lost huge amounts of money on that one. Almost a 14 million loss. They loaned out Boris Todorov to Ludogorets, where he came from. And they've also sold Timitop to Wolfsburg for 15.25 million. So they made a sweet 11 million profit on that. And how they fared. So they started strong by winning the first 2 games, then drawing against Toulouse, winning another 2 before they drew again against Nantes. Then they were beaten by Reims. They beat Dijon, drew with Montpellier, lost against Paris Saint Germain, which is not surprising because we can see they got Pogba and Sancho. Then we've got Lorient, which they drew with. They beat Saint-Etienne. They lost against Olympique Lyon, with Wachter scoring against them. That one stinks a bit. Then we've got Olympique Marseille, who they drew with Strasbourg, lost against Angers, against Nice. They beat Lille. They also beat Monaco 3-1, pretty good. Got a friendly against Ovidio. Won against Brest in the 9th round of the French Cup. Beat Amiens. Beat Niort in the 10th round. Beat Toulouse. Lost in the 11th round against Nantes. Seems to be a theme that we're losing either in the 10th or the 9th round. They drew with Bordeaux. Lost against Havre. Lost against Nantes again. Lost against Reims. Lost against Dijon. So they had a very bad period in February. Came back with beating Montpellier. Lost 4-2 against PSG. They also got Jota, SMS, and Malen, pretty good players. They beat Lorient, beat Saint-Etienne, beat Olympique Lyon, that's a good one. Lost against Olympique Marseille, beat Strasbourg, lost against Angers, lost against Nice, lost against Lille, beat Monaco again with Casimir scoring a hat-trick, beat Reims, and that was it. So yeah, 7th season this was. We're now going to the start of the 8th season, and that will be the last season for today, the 8th. So let's go. We are start of season number 8. Not that much change. Let's have a look at the transfers first. They bought for 9.25 million, sold for only 1.5. They sold Christophe Marian to Nancy after paying 1.3 for him. So that's quite a loss. No, that's a small win. 200 grand. Not a lot. Alright. First, they bought in Edgar Jacques from Clermont for 500 grand. 19-year-old goalkeeper. They also got Jean-Yves Brunel from Nîmes on a free. A young 18-year-old right midfielder. And they brought Ibrahima Koli from Schalke 04 for 8.75 million. 26-year-old attacking midfielder on the left side. Guy was all over the place. Came from Italy, originally from Gambia. Played at quite a lot of Italian teams after moving to Schalke for 17 million, and then they brought him for 8.75, so that's pretty good. I like that. He's currently valued at 8.5 million, so that's pretty okay. Competing this year in, of course, Ligue 1 and French Cup need to finish 5th or above to qualify next year for European football. So let's have a quick look, or let's have a look at if we can do that. And the answer is they can't. Finished 12th this year in the league. But yeah, we'll have a look at what happened right after we've looked at the other transfers they made. Their captain is now also Alberto De Angelis, so let's hope they're not gonna sell him that soon. Sold for 11.5 million, so they sold for a little bit more. So quick look, they loaned out Yao Mario to Gremio. Sold loaned out again Boris Todovor again to Ludogorets. Sold Ryan Johnson to Levante for 4.5 million. They got him last year for 7.5. They sold him at a huge loss. They also sold Arnaud Lemari for 5.75. Made again a small loss. It's 500 grand, but still a small 500 grand loss. And then we're all up to date because those guys went out on free. Shame though that Alejandro Pozo went on a free because I think they paid big bucks for him. Yeah, 5 million. 5 million loss on the player, that's a lot. And now, they've got in some more transfers. First, Radoslav Maliak from Watford, for 7.5 million. Goalkeeper, 27-year-old. Then, Corentin Lokakumia from DC United, 6.25 million. 24-year-old right back. Kelechi Iheanacho from Norwich, 5.5 million. 30-year-old striker. Of course, we all know him from his time at City, Leicester. And then he went to Norwich, and now he's at Red Star. Brought in Felix Correa for 20.5 million from Swansea. That's a lot. Swansea only buying him for 6.5, and now they're buying him for 20.5 million. They're not doing something right, mate. Brought in Santiago Sosa from Bordeaux for 17 million. 28-year-old defensive midfielder. Can also play as a central midfielder. And Bordeaux made a sweet 10 million profit on him. They also bought Luik Negro from Porto for 3.2 million. 36-year-old. You're paying 3.6 million for 3.2 for a 36-year-old. That's insane. That is a shame, really. But yet they finished 12th. Let's have a look. Started out with a win against Rennes, and then 2 defeats in a row against Lille, Monaco. They beat Olympique Marseille. They beat Montpellier. Then 1, 2, 3 losses in a row, followed by a draw. Another 2 losses. A win against Strasbourg. Lost against Etienne. Drew with Angers. They lost against Olympique Lyon, Wachter scoring again. They should have never sold Wachter. They lost against Auxerre, drew with Toulouse, drew with Amiens, drew with Nantes, lost against Cadiz in a friendly. They beat Girona in a friendly. Won in the French Cup 9th round against FC Devant-le-Pont. Lost against Lille. Lost in the 10th round against Châteauroux, 3-1. Châteauroux, they're in the 2nd division, yeah? Oh, that's a real shame. You're not doing these shit. They should win those games. Won surprisingly against Monaco. Lost against Olympique Marseille. Beat Montpellier. Lost against Nice. Beat Reims. Drew with Quincamp. Beat Dijon. Lost against PSG. Not surprised. Oh my god. 2 red cards and they still couldn't beat them. They got Anthony as well now. Former Ajax player. Valued at 61 million. Let's have a quick look. Ajax sold him to Chelsea for 68 million and then PSG bought him for 30.5. Damn. Ajax made huge amount of money on them. They drew with Lorient. They beat Strasbourg, beat Saint-Etienne, drew with Angers, drew with Olympique Lyon, lost against Auxerre, lost against Toulouse, drew with Amiens, lost against Nantes, and they lost against Reims. So not that good of a year for them. So it's going to be a surprise to see what they're going to do next year. And yeah, I'm quite interested to see, but we'll stop here for now. It continues, of course, next week on Monday. And I thank you all for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.